broadcast. So if you guys are just joining, make sure that you are sharing the broadcast because we are now live. Hello, hello, everybody. If you're just joining, make sure you share. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing on my Facebook and whatnot. We would really love it if you did that for us so people can join in on this wonderful conversation that we're going to be having today. So welcome. It's going to be a good show. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing on my Facebook.
Make sure you guys are shouting out where you guys are from. Every time we do this, we make sure we shout out people and their locations.
And if you're drinking some Bel Air, also let us know because Bel Air is in the house tonight. So share on what you're drinking if that's what it is. I have the white bottle today, right here, the Rare Lux. So make sure you guys are sharing that up. And again, if you are just joining, make sure you are sharing. Let us know where you are coming from because we love seeing where you guys are from. Like, I feel like that's the most satisfaction I get out of this whole entire show, just to see where everybody's from. So we get people from everywhere. And it's very, very
and today I'm drinking McQueen and Violet Fog. This is a brand that is a brand by Luke Belaire. So it's gin. If you haven't tried it, it's dope. I got a little bit of cranberry with mine today. So that's what I'm drinking.
It's good with the cranberry?
A little Everfresh if y'all don't know.
It's good with that? I haven't tried that one.
Man, it's the bomb.
Yeah? I've tried it with... No, I had gin and orange juice the other day, and that was delicious. It was delicious. Man. I felt like Snoop Dogg.
Listen, make sure y'all sharing the broadcast. We're going to get it started here in less than a minute. So make sure you guys are sharing to your people. It is going down today. If you haven't seen the promos, we are doing entanglements today. So we're breaking down the Will and Jada Red Table Talk and everything else that they got going on. So if you haven't, please share. Please get ready to share your opinions on everything that they got going on. Look, and I know people, why y'all in their business? Look, their business came to us, so we're going to take care of it for them. Point blank, period.
But, like, are we really in their business? Because they're entertainers. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, your business came to the forefront. You sat down at the red table. I just watched the episode.
Exactly. So, people are going to talk about it anyways. If not us, right? It's going to be somebody else. That's what we always say. Better us than someone else.
Man, listen, somebody going to do it. It might as well be us.
That's how I like to think about it. But again, if you guys are just joining, make sure that you are sharing the broadcast. We enjoy that, as well as telling us where you are from, because we always love hearing where you are from joining us.
So if you haven't done so yet, please check out all of our sponsors. That's mrskisses.com. They give you an instant breast lift. I probably shouldn't be doing this promo, or maybe I should. But
yeah, because you're a guy, bra is amazing. What you like.
If you want them titties lifted, that's where you want to go.
All right, maybe not. No, if you want your ladies, if you would like your breasts to look good, especially since it's summertime, make sure you check out Mrs. Kisses. I have plenty of reviews on them. I have been an advocate for them for almost longer than that, 2 years now, right? Jeez, it's been a long time. But yeah, Mrs. Kisses is the truth. Make sure you go check them out and watch my videos because you'll be able to see it way more than just listening to Chris talk about titties looking good. So
listen. If you want them titties lifted, you know where to go. But also, shout out to Luke Belaire. They always showing out for us. We always promote. That's what we're drinking today. Brit got the gold. I have the McQueen and Fog gin, and it's going down. So
and the gin is delicious. Yeah.
Oh man. Without further ado, though, do the honors, baby. Let's get it.
All right, we're live, guys. So welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are from, where you are listening, and where now you are watching from all over the world. We are Love Lockdown, the podcast. Thank you for joining us. This is when my husband and I discuss relationship advice that works perfectly for us. So I'm one of your hosts, Brit, and you are?
I am Captain Arrogant, leader of the Arrogant team. If you have any questions, please check my resume.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Google you?
Google me. I got a fresh beard lineup today, so arrogance level 10.
Man, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, y'all. Like no, it's not a joke. After he got done doing it, he was like, "Oh, I forgot who it was that walked past the mirror just now. I got somebody handsome broke into the house."
Listen, we all know
Oh
how
my
ladies
god.
act once they get their hair done. They act like a whole different person. So when we get lined up, shaped up, get a little shave going on, it's all right to get your arrogance on. You know what I'm saying?
But when you get
So
it on all the time, what more is there
yeah,
to get?
I mean,
You see what
when
I'm
you look
saying?
good all the time, what else is there to do? You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But on to our people and where y'all from and how y'all
Hi
doing.
guys.
Shout
What's
out,
going
shout out,
on?
shout out. As always, we gotta give shout outs to everybody that's in the place. All
Hey
right,
Jester.
Jester's in the building as always from YouTube. What's up, Jester? James is in the building.
Hey bro.
What's
What's
up,
going
bro? What's
on?
going on? Creative Dream
Creative Dream
Set
Set.
on
Hello.
YouTube. What's going on? Man, YouTube is in the building today.
Yeah, I love
James
you.
said,
I
"What do we do
love
to Jada?"
YouTube, my
Listen,
brat squad.
listen. We'll get into Jada in a second. I can't even get started on that. Ricardo, what's popping, my man? YouTube in the building.
Hey guys,
Dante,
my brat squad.
yo, dog, is you in Detroit? Well, he rep Detroit so hard, it don't really matter.
I was about to say if he is and we didn't know it. Hey
Right.
cuz, what's going on?
There you go. He said, but he's in GA.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
If Selene, Michigan is in the house. Brazil is in the house. What's up, Helena?
That's mind blowing. Brazil?
Brazil is in the house.
Wow. Hi guys.
And our favorite person with the worst profile picture is in the building. What up, Lando? Yo, and if y'all haven't paid attention, Lando does investment webinars. So if you want to learn how to invest and get started, that's the guy you need to check out. He's also an author. I'm not even going to try to remember the
He
title
does a
right now.
lot.
I've been drinking this
Yeah.
gin for a minute. So check him out. Maybe we'll have him on the show here soon. But what's up, Lando? How you doing?
What's going on, Lando? You can't buy tickets to go into any of his games right now, but
Right.
Smooth
Smooth is in the house. What's up, LA?
Hey, Smooth. Look at all my brat squad. I love you guys. Is that Barbados? Did she say Barbados?
That's what she said.
Good
That's what she
Lord.
said.
Hi, Kenny.
Kenny is in the house.
What's going on, you guys?
Man, Kenny been around for a long time.
From Periscope, Kenny is number one.
Listen, I'm sorry. I almost messed up. Judge Kristen is in the house.
Kristen.
What's up, Judge?
Hey, sir. Judge Kristen is in the building. That's my sorority sister, y'all. And she is absolutely amazing. So, I mean, I don't have any other words other than she's extraordinary. And we'll just keep it at that. Hey, sis, we got Shara in the building. Hey,
Tashara's in the building. What's
the
up,
other
y'all?
author. We got
another
a lot of
author in the building.
In the building.
Shamika is in the building from Florida.
Hi. Oh my goodness. It is so. I love this from Florida. I wonder how's the weather in Florida right now.
Man, don't even
I want
ask.
to know.
Matter of fact, I don't even want to know hotter than it is here right now. Anyway, so man, it's like instant sweat on your neck. You step out the door right now in Michigan.
Right.
So I'm not complaining though, because we'll even it out with the cold here in a couple days. So Rip is in the house. What's up, Rip?
Hey, bro. I know he's ready for this conversation.
Listen, it is going down. I think I missed a couple people. Let me scroll back through here and see what we got going on. Hi. Sarah's in the building. What's up, Sarah?
The best nail artist ever. You guys, my nails are not done right now, but when they are done, it's Sarah Beth. So make sure you guys check her out. She's always booked. So, I mean, try to get in if you want to, but if you can't, then you're going to have a good time. She's the bomb. Listen, she also does tooth gems. I got a tooth gem on my tooth. I don't know if you guys could see it, but I bling bling because of her. So
there it is. So right into the topic. Here we go. So first, before we get started, we always have to break down our episodes and give you guys a little breakdown so nobody's left behind and confused. So our episode today is about the word entanglement. And if our lovely host would do us such a good job in her teaching ways, and you know how she takes us to school on a daily basis. For all of y'all who are old people, I know y'all have enjoyed these last two episodes with Brit giving us the definition. It takes me back to the original season. Here we go right now. Entanglement.
So yesterday when I did my research, because y'all know that when we write this show up, I like to do my thing. But entanglement, if you guys are not familiar, is a noun, right? And it is a complicated or a compromising relationship or situation. So romantic entanglements is what we're going to be discussing today. But obviously, you can have entanglement with a friendship. Like it goes on. The list goes on with all the entanglements you can make for yourself in the world. But that's pretty much it for relationships in a nutshell. Entanglement.
I would give my to add to the nostalgia. I would give my what do we used to call it?
I can't even remember what yours was called. I think didn't you have like the I
Society's
don't
definition or whatever
remember
it was
something
called.
like that.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
would give that. But I'm gonna throw it in there anyway in the conversation, so I'm gonna skip it. But anywho, entanglement. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna sit and we're gonna break down what we thought about the Red Table Talk, and just a
Yeah.
small recap for people who haven't watched. Um, Jada got called out by a singer songwriter named August Alsina. If you don't know who he is, you got a couple hits. Look him up. Music not bad, but she got called out conveniently around his CD release time, and he
Yeah.
said that he had an ongoing relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, which is Will Smith's wife. So with that being said, everybody had questions, and Jada felt like she needed to come to the red table to defend herself or tell her side of the story.
Yeah. She
Or,
invited herself to it.
yeah, and for those of y'all who haven't seen an episode of Jada's Red Table Talk, it's a place where she basically brings people to get it all out, to let it out, to be real. No curtains, no anything. It's just cutthroat to the point. If y'all remember a while back, Jordan Woods was on there when she had her showdown with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
A couple other people have been on there. I'm not a big fan of the show, but I do watch it from time to time. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I think that we need to start off with a breakdown of what you thought
Yeah.
of the
What I
episode.
thought of the
What
episode.
you thought.
Well, first and foremost, I always like to say that the red table is not for me either because I always feel like whenever it's super hyped up, that's solely what it is. It was a super hyped up episode just to bring people in, and then once you watch it, you're left with absolutely no answers or anything that you came for. Like that's how I felt watching this one. I felt like that with Jordan. The only one I ever really felt like I got something out of was with Gabrielle Union. I enjoyed the way that they fixed up whatever issues that they had, especially as Black women. I always hate to see us in any type of stride or not get along, especially when it comes to rumors and things that we didn't even really talk about. It was just hearsay. So that was the only one I ever enjoyed. This one, I really truly feel like I'm just still sitting here stumped. Like I got nothing from it. I feel like Jada was just talking us in circles, and that's just what it is. She made Will Smith look like a fool, I felt, and he honestly has never looked like a fool. It made me sad because this man has been in the game for so many years. Like we grew up with the Fresh Prince, you know what I mean? And I've never seen him in any type of controversy, anything that he had to sit down for. And it's sad that now, after all these years, that especially with this new generation of kids that see him, like this is what he's gonna be known for them. So that's where it is for me. How did you feel about it?
Well, I felt like I was watching politicians debate, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The whole breakdown of the episode and what I got from it was very, very deceiving. A lot of words used there, as you can see, entanglement was used, and I felt like Jada didn't understand the way that everybody else saw the situation previously from their
Mm-hmm.
view. And Will was really trying to save her throughout the broadcast by saying, "Look, you being a little too uh, politicianist by using these words that instead of just coming out and saying what actually happened." So, for those of you who don't know, Jada did say she was in an entanglement with August Alsina. She said he was a friend of the family who was brought by her son Jaden, and
Yeah.
at the time that he was brought around, he was very sick. And we know he had an episode of something that he was pretty much deathly at one point. So
Mm-hmm.
I felt like when we got into the episode, we was gonna get some clarity. But instead, she uses words like entanglement and healing to describe their sexual relationship,
Yeah.
and it really disgusted me to a point where, and it was, and I, if you know me, you know I can't stand when people butcher the English language. So the word healing really got to me. I think that was the worst part of the entire thing.
It
Like
was
you
weird.
can't go talking about you was helping heal this boy. Like first of all, talking about him like he's a child while you having sexual relations with him, and saying that you enjoyed helping healing somebody else. Like is that the new word for sex? Because I wasn't clued in. I never got the email, never got the text message. Is that what we're calling sex now? Is healing?
The whole thing was just bizarre. I honestly thought it was bizarre. Again, I felt like it sounded like she was some like hippie voodoo queen that was just like making it okay. And again, especially when you have young, impressionable, especially young women watching you, like to them, Jada Pinkett is someone who, they look up to. A lot of young ladies look up to Jada Pinkett, especially with this show. And again, when I watch the show, I feel like she says a lot of nothing, and that's not knocking her because obviously she's a black creator, so I'm never going to knock someone in the game. But what I feel, and where Love Lockdown is the truth, I just always feel like she doesn't say anything that benefits anyone. So entanglement was a very strange word to use, like you said, although it did relate to it, but did it? You know what I
Well,
mean?
listen, I'm gonna
Like,
put it in
was it
layman's
an
terms for
entanglement?
everybody. To me,
Yeah.
if you read the definition of entanglement, it means getting caught up.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
the average person does not equate the word entanglement to getting caught up. And it makes it kind of seem accidental, like they just fell into it. Like you
Yeah,
don't fall in between somebody's legs over and over. You
no,
don't have incriminating pictures, especially as many as they had over and over. Uh, and listen, and just like you said, we got to give because there's a lot of women out here on my timeline all week that's been like, well, Will did his dirt. Listen, that may be true, but we don't know that because Will's dirt never came out.
never, never did. And that's another thing that bothers me is because, like, first off, two wrongs don't make a right. We all know that, right? And again, I've always seen their situation and I've actually respected the fact that come on, like, it's been years. We've always known, like, that they have an open marriage. This is not a surprise or a shock to anybody. But it's the fact that, and I even told you, I think the main reason that Will was upset is not because of the cheating, because was it cheating? And we'll get into that. And it's not because of even who it was. I think it's for the mere fact that she just didn't tighten up. Like you need to keep your stuff together. You know what I
Man,
mean?
keep your
If you
hoes
are
in check. I'll
someone,
say it.
keep it
Keep
in
your hoes in
check.
check.
It's that simple.
Period.
If you and your husband have an open marriage, right? Like at this age especially, no one should really be able to tell you that you have that. Even if there's rumors and people are a little bit questionable of it. At the end of the day, everybody's that Will's messed around with women, right? But it's always just been rumors. It's never been a one and done thing. No one's ever came out and said, yeah, I messed with him. And now we got Jada here. If she couldn't even control what? He's 30? Just turned 30? Someone who's younger than her? Like, why couldn't we tighten this up a little bit better?
Listen, I want to know what you got to have in your vagina to call sex healing. Like,
That too.
does yoni steam come out of it when y'all done? Like, do you produce your own douche? Like, what do you have to do to call your vagina healing? Now,
that would
listen,
be true.
he
Yeah.
was definitely previous to this, and he does look like a picture perfect person of health at this point. Now, I'm not saying that she didn't heal, dude, but I need to know what does your vagina have to do to be considered a product of healing? As we know, you go to the hospital, they put you on an IV, you get better. Is your vagina the new IV? Because we need to know that because we got this coronavirus going on right now. Heal us
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Let us know.
She's got the juice for real. Like, if you have something to share it with us all. But I don't know. Like, it's insane. But again, I don't know if I feel like I really do feel like she took advantage of this young man because he clearly had more feelings than what it was. Or really, I feel like she had just as many feelings as he did for her. It's just that when you get caught up, you begin to lie. You know what I mean? So it's sad because I
Listen,
really do think it was a relationship, and then all of a sudden it's an entanglement, and now his feelings are hurt.
well, and it's not. Listen, to be honest, I don't understand this whole dude putting it out there that they was, you boning a married woman, now you hurt. Listen, you got to know the game you playing, and some games are dangerous. You know, if you especially if you playing with vagina that's considered healing vagina, we need to take the proper precautions when approaching that vagina. Like you already know, like the first time she put it on you, dude, you went.
Mm-hmm,
You need to back away because you're not
mm-hmm.
ready.
But
She's
she
a
wasn't
whole Mary.
either. She wasn't either though, because there is no excuse. There was no reason that we should have ever seen them on the red carpet like that in pictures. You see what I'm saying? Like she just was so messy about it. And even if you are in pictures with him on the red carpet, like why is his hands around your hip? Like why is your hands around his waist and whatnot? Like it's just I'm just super confused about the way that they chose to portray their relationship because it wasn't a secret once again. But even though we all knew it, I'm gonna say it again. Like, there's no reason he should have came out with it because I feel like it ruined his cool points too. To be
Worst
honest,
side
like
dude in history. Let's put that out
no,
there.
every
Worst
worst
side
side
dude
dude,
in history.
definitely, yeah. Everybody
Uh,
knew y'all were together. You were the man. All you had to do was just leave it at
Pleasure
that.
P is rolling over in his grave. Like, really, like you are the worst side dude in history. Not only were you allowed to date somebody else's wife for however many years, dude, you go public with it for no reason at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be real here. Worst side dude in history. On top of that, and I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I know a lot of people are going to go say that, Will looked defeated. He looked hurt. He looked upset during the thing. Listen, first thing I need to understand is that Will Smith is one of the greatest actors, dead or alive. Number one.
They both are
Will
pretty good.
understands
Well, Jada's not great, but mm-hmm.
Will understands the viewpoint that the audience sees before you see it. He's not going to come on that episode smiling and laughing and joking around as much as he normally would because he understands the veracity of the thing that's going on. So I don't
Yeah.
think that he looked defeated as much as pissed that he had to be there. And I don't understand why he had to be there. Jada, you didn't have your holes in check. You need to be at the red table by yourself.
But that's how she made it seem. I'm truthfully wondering, even if he was meant to originally be on the episode, because when she did first promote it, it was her talking to herself. Like it was her
Right.
telling her truth, and then all of a sudden, like, did you know Will was going to be on the episode to begin
Had
with?
no clue.
I had
Had
no
no
clue
clue.
until we watched it. So
Right.
it was just like one of those things where I think that was like a last minute decision. But as you said, the whole time you're watching it, you can legit see him trying to help her out the whole time. Like, okay, an entanglement, Jada. You know what I mean? Like he's like trying to tell her. And it's crazy because I feel like if that was you and me in the situation, we know each other so well that I would have picked up on that. Like, oh yeah, oh shit, I just used the word entanglement. So okay, we were in a relationship, you know? But she still
Right.
never picked up on that. She was like, yes, Will, an entanglement. You know, because
Right. And
we
like I
were in
said,
this.
I felt like she feels like she's built up enough clout throughout her
Mm-hmm.
time as a celebrity that she can pretty much do as she wants, which is cool and dandy, especially if your husband's okay with it. What else can we say? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and that's what made it even worse. It was the deference of everything that was going on that made it worse. It
Yeah.
was the push off of, oh, it was just a little thing that I had when me and my husband separated, and then she proceeded to throw Will in it and say, well, this is when you had messed up and gave up on me. We didn't know none of that, and we didn't even need to know none of that.
We
All we need to
didn't.
know is that you messed up and you got to take responsibility for your mess. And a lot of people don't do that. Taking
Right.
responsibility is hard for women in general.
Yeah.
People like to blame it on signs, but it has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with your astrological sign or when you were born. Women pop out with a thing that prevents them from taking uh,
Any type of ownership.
ownership,
Yeah.
especially when the ownership comes with pressure.
Yes.
Because and as a former player,
Mm-hmm.
you know how to use that to your advantage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, so like I said, it's not an astrological sign thing. You don't got to be a Leo to not take. No, it's women in general, and it's not. Women are so good at what they do, especially when they are doing things that they usually aren't the ones who have to take ownership for anything. So why would they be good at it?
Yeah, I guess that's true to an
And
extent. To an extent.
I'm gonna answer. We got to answer these questions, baby. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get back. I have a real question for y'all that's really gonna turn this whole thing upside down. But let me get to these questions because we're getting
Yeah.
way
I
far
can't wait to
behind.
see him. I
People are
know.
all in it.
I'm
So the
like
first thing
low
I got
key
to do
looking.
is B Slate is in the building, y'all. He said stop skipping me on the shout outs. He has been in here every episode, but he's never popped up on the screen until today. So what up, B Slate?
Because that's
Uh,
hilarious.
Rip said it should have been Carlton. Look, it should have been Carlton, and let me tell you why. We just watched the episode last night of Fresh Prince where Carlton took that last shot, and Will was killing. They couldn't stop Will. The coach said pass it to Will, and Carlton took that last shot because he said if I had made it, I
Snatched
would have
it.
been the hero. He
Snatched it
took
out of
the
this
ball
man's
from Will
hand.
and then proceeded to airball. It was probably one of the funniest moments in TV history because when I was a kid, I remember watching it and saying like, dude, like Carlton about to make this, and Carlton's gonna be the superstar. And the ball proceeded to airball, and I probably laughed for a good 10 to 15 minutes after that.
Yeah, it's a very realistic situation, though. You know what I mean? Because that's life. Like, you take your shot, you're not always gonna make it. But damn it, do it the best way that you can. Okay? And, like he fought for that shot. That episode was hilarious.
Right. So we'll get into the next comment. James said Jada healed him. Listen, James, we need to know details. We need a book on this healing thing
She did something.
because she need to work for the CDCC or something. Because
She did something.
right now these coronavirus cases is going up, and if she healing folk, we need help.
See, no, but the issue is that listen, this is what I really wish would have went down. You know how she did entanglement, right? What does healing mean to her? Because if you know, we all know that the English dictionary and English vocabulary is different to everybody these days. Like, even if you read certain things, I might perceive it differently than what you do when we're reading the exact same thing. So, like, what does healing mean to Jada? And I wish she had explained that a little bit better too, because she didn't. It's like, did you just give this man some medicine? Like, what type of healing are you talking about? What does that mean to you, Jada? Because I really wanted to know what she meant by
Anytime you
that.
have to equate your sex with healing, there needs to be a whole segment where you explaining what you mean. People skipped over that part.
Yeah,
And she's
she
talking
just
about
didn't
she enjoyed
describe
doing
it.
it. Like, what is
How'd you
this
do it,
thing that they
Jada?
got that we don't know about?
Right. Did you have some like voodoo dolls or whatever? Hey, Tiffany.
Tiffany said, "Hey, girl, she love you."
Love you.
Kenny said she healed him all right. Listen, that comment that he made to throw the whole thing out there didn't seem like a guy who was healed to me, but I don't know.
No, he was hurt. Everything
B Slate
backfired
said
on
it
that
was
young man.
sexual healing.
There we go. A little Marvin Gaye up in there.
You
I get
know,
it. I dig
maybe
it.
when you get that feeling, you know, what Kelly Robinson say? Sexual healing, baby, and it's good for us. Listen, at the end of the day, Jada is a fool for this. Like, she just came and basically clouded up the whole thing even worse. Will's a meme now. She's a meme now. And that's all it boils down to. So Lando said, being 100% honest, Will looked hurt doing that interview. I never felt bad for Will in 20 years. He looked defeated. Once
But
again, Will.
again, I think that's the reason why is because he had to do the interview. When have you ever seen Will Smith have to interview for nonsense other than like promoting a movie? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like he was more irritated than anything because at the end of the day, once again, we all know that they've had an open marriage. Like I don't know.
And
I
I'm
just
not
think
even
there was
jumping
more
in
to
on
it
that
than
because
that.
we have no proof of that either. So I'm not even
No, we
in on
don't.
that part. I'm
We
just
really
saying
don't.
the only thing that I can speak on is stuff that we have proof on, which is what Jada did. And we like to do that a lot with men. And I'm gonna let you jump in right here while I go grab a couple more of these comments. But put the shoe on the other foot. If a man had turned around, slept with a younger woman, maybe 20 years, 15 years, his senior, turned around and said, oh, it was just an entanglement and I was healing her,
Yeah.
he would have been called all types of predators and, oh, he abused her and he took advantage of her and all of that
Groomed
type of
her.
stuff. Listen,
It's grooming. That's the
yeah,
word.
that
Definitely.
double standard is unacceptable right
Mm-hmm.
here. So that's why I'm not letting Jada live, because if it was Will doing this, he would have been canceled.
Yeah. But honestly, we all have our double standards. Like that's just how the world works. And I wish I could be with you on that, but there's so much that like, you know what I mean, that everybody
No,
gives.
there
So
is,
like
and a lot of
this is how the
women
world works.
things that has double standards comes with men, but a lot of men things that have double standards don't ever get mentioned. Like this is a double standard to the T. If this was Will would have been all types of canceled. Sponsors would have came out. Oh, we not messing with him. But because it's the wife, it's like, oh, okay, cool. She
Yeah.
was just having sex with a young guy.
Mm-hmm. For
We just
sure.
gonna let it breeze by. And remember, Will's the meme. He ain't the Will ends up being the meme in this because, to be
Yeah, he
honest,
did.
he's the famous one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When's the last time she did something? Oh, girls trip, but yeah, but
I mean, I'm not even gonna go there.
no, but
But
it's the truth. And honestly, like even when it comes to the way that he came around the family too, I don't think as many people are talking about it as it needs to be discussed. Like that was what Jaden's friend.
yes,
Let's talk about how weird that is that you're messing with your son's friend. I'm sorry, but that's weird.
switch that part around. Switch that part around
Very
and see
strange.
and see how people feel about that.
Yeah, that's
But
very, very strange. And again, that may be another reason that Will was hurt. We don't know. Like that's weird that your wife is messing with someone that your son brought around. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much behind the scenes that we will never know, which I hope we'll never know because it's not our business. But from what I think, put all of that in perspective, and yeah, I would have a boo boo looking face too because like that's weird,
weird.
very, very
Uh,
strange. Like,
we on to the next comment, and this is where it gets wild. Listen, Auntie, I'm about to put you in timeout. My Auntie Esther just said, if you got the right cookie, you can do some healing. Listen, the only thing that we know that cookies do is give diabetes. We don't want to know about your cookie. Uh,
oh my goodness.
Kenny said he was whipped. Listen, Kenny, I'm right with you. I ain't never seen such whippedness, which is why I really want to know about the healing part. I've never seen a 30-year-old man so whipped that he just woke up one day and was like, y'all know what? I had a relationship with Jada for years. I'm not gonna get nothing out of this. You ain't gonna get nothing out of this, but I'm just gonna go out and say it because I'm whipped and I'm hurt.
He was really hurt. And you know what? I also wonder what made him, other than his record sales, because you did say that he's about to have something come out, right?
Yeah, his album came out, not too a couple of days right after that. So
I just really wonder, other than that, what made him do it. Because you gotta know that, like, it doesn't make you look good, dude. Like this is something happened.
listen,
I just can't put
time
my finger on
time just repeated what I said. He said, "Do you produce your own deuce?" LOL mood.
it.
But is your vagina a healing product? Because if so, we should know. Listen, I will put that on a T-shirt today. I need to know something. Uh,
I
if we
love that.
if,
That's hilarious.
and I'm gonna try to get to some of the newer content.
Okay.
Amber says she's no Will, but yeah, it's a big but in that. Will's been an A-list celebrity for pretty much my whole life.
You
Um,
know what? Yeah, he has been. He
it's
has
it's
been.
and like A-list, like it's only three black actors up there in that era, and that's Samuel and Denzel.
Denzel, yeah.
Point blank, period. Samuel, Denzel, and Will been doing this for years and years and years. And
Hmm.
as many chicks as they try to say and rumor that Will has been with, Gabrielle Union and Charlie, whatever her last name is, and the one
The new
girl from the one
one,
movie he was in.
Harley Quinn,
Yeah, like they
everybody.
try to place Will with a lot of people, but you don't,
Hmm.
and maybe he don't have that healing. Maybe that's what we missing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he ain't out here healing them. So That's what we
But
missing in that whole thing.
he's definitely out here putting them on for sure. Because Harley Quinn's been in a few movies that he's been in, And even with that, it bothers me because it's like, did he mess with this woman or did he just see her talent and enjoy working with her?
Listen, maybe they were
You know what
just
I
too
mean?
good in the movie for
Like,
people to realize that they had good
yeah,
chemistry. So people just always assume when you have too good of chemistry, there's something going on. And
there's
a lot
something
of the
going
times there
on.
is, you know,
Not all the time, though.
but
But
not
not
all
all
the
the
time.
time. No, it's called
You know,
acting. And when you're a good one, then that's what happens. So
that's what happens. So I'm not gonna
it's
put nothing out there on my homeboy. He ain't never got caught in nothing. No
no,
entanglements
never,
on his side. So let's
never.
give credit where credit is due. People
Hmm.
need to get credit for keeping their hoes in check.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know this, but a lot of people will tell you that pimping ain't easy.
But it's just as however old woman Jada is compared to him, like she definitely should have had him in check. That's how I feel. Like there's just no other benefits from messing with someone younger unless you can at least control them a little bit. That's how I
Period.
feel. It's just what made him think. You know what I mean? With as powerful as Will Smith is in that family, what made you, young man, think that you could come out here and just do that and destroy possibly a family? They've got kids. You know what I mean? Like, did you think before you did it? Did you do the
Listen,
pros and cons and weigh things out? Or did you just say, hey, hey?
period.
Like, that's what irks me too. Like, it's just crazy.
So James asked a good question here. He said, "Do you think that there's a sense of relief that people know that they're in an open relationship?" I don't. I think I don't know. Well, people are stupid anyway. To be honest, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
They don't understand an open relationship to start with. It's a lot of people in open relationships and they don't even know it. So let's get
Mm-hmm.
to that part first.
Yeah.
So I don't think that people have a sense of relief. I didn't get any sense of relief. I didn't get any healing from watching this show.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you know
I
what? From what I get from it, I will have to say no on that because I do feel like now it's more of like a circus act. People aren't going to respect them as much. Like, even if you were someone who has an open marriage, cool, you know what I mean? But I feel like when you have that, that's still something that you and your husband decided that you were going to do and keep it on the low, possibly. And I don't think if they wanted it to be out, they would have let it be out. You know what I mean? So clearly they've been keeping it to themselves for all these years. I wouldn't say that it is any type of relief for them at all. Because now you got every time you see Will with somebody, you know what I mean? Now every time you see them out with somebody, you're just gonna automatically assume they're messing with somebody. People are not going to respect them. You know what I mean? Like you're just gonna think that you can just go ahead and go home with them every time you're out with them, or if you meet them in the club. It's just, I don't think so. Not at all.
listen. I totally agree with that. Like
Hmm.
they basically made coming out like they did. They made a joke of the whole thing, and then they with the hand tap bad marriage for life. That whole thing was a little scripted to me. But we'll
That's what
move
we
on
thought.
because I could talk about the scriptedness of it the whole time. My auntie Angie just basically brought up a good point. She said that she was a thought in girls trip. Yes, she was. Now we can ask the question: was she acting, or was she just living out her life in that movie?
Because he was young. Now that you think of
Look,
it,
hold on, baby. You smiling way too hard right now. Hold on 1 second.
the chemistry was way
Listen,
too good.
listen. That dude showed up on screen, and my wife started smiling, and I had to turn
Yeah,
to her. I had to give her the Ike look, like, girl, don't you
he's lying,
listen?
y'all. He didn't give me the eye look. He didn't give it to
Nah,
me because because to be honest with you, like clearly, even if you're married, like we still are human beings. We still have eyes. All right. I have to listen to Zoe Saldana is the finest thing in the world. Drea, right? You know what I mean? Like he has a top 5 list. So yeah,
listen.
I still find
Yeah, and
people
that top five,
attractive.
that top five list is constantly moving. People move in and
Yes.
out of that, But and I totally agree with you. Like a lot of people get into these relationships these days, and they think that when you're in a relationship with somebody that you go blind.
Yeah, no, that is not
That's
that's not
that
it.
is that's not real. That's not
That's not
life.
real at
That's not
all.
how that happens. People
No,
find other people attractive. Now the question is, are you with somebody real enough to be like, oh yeah, I think that person's cute.
exactly.
Okay. You
You
know what I'm
should be
saying?
open
Like,
enough to be able to do that because like, we're human. Like,
period.
I'm not going to stop finding people attractive just because I'm married, but it also is what I'm going to do with that. You know what I mean? Clearly, I would never do anything with someone I find attractive, but at the end of the day, like, it's just a normal thing.
Listen, you got a degree. You got a
This
degree
is
in
what it is.
education. You don't have a medical degree, so you won't be healing anybody.
Definitely
Uh,
won't be. I don't have time to heal anybody, by the way. Like, I barely can heal myself.
listen, Sean said he broke the side nigga code of ethics. I'm disappointed in August. Listen, he has definitely forfeited his pension.
Hmm.
He has definitely been fired and released from the company. The National Players Association will not stand for that type of foolery.
No. But they also made you guys, he made you guys look real bad, especially this age. Because I remember when he first came out with it, I was like, yo, this generation of dudes is horrible. But then I realized that he's 30. He's not too far from us. So he's
No,
representing for your
no,
age group.
no. And it's not like he just got famous. He's been famous for a minute. You know what I'm
I thought
saying?
he
And
was like 19 or something, and then I was like, oh, he's 30? Yeah, he's way too old to have been saying any of this nonsense. This
let's
is
let's let's
ridiculous.
let's 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 talk about the real villain in this is August Alsina.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this really has nothing to do with Will Smith, but it's become a Will Smith thing
Yeah.
because of his wife not being able to keep her hoes, or if you want to call them patients, in check because she's healing them. So, uh, here we go right here. B Slay said August is the weakest link. Listen, the weakest. August is my
Hmm.
least favorite month now because of this.
And it's coming
Uh,
up.
yeah,
But wait, our
period.
wedding anniversary is in August, so you tripping a little bit. You doing too much.
Okay, well, second least favorite month. Uh,
Yeah, no, it was just, I don't know what to say about August, to be honest with you. This is looking bad. I don't see where he went at all in this whole situation. I don't
at
know what
all.
he was trying to
I
get
don't see
out of
where he
it.
came out good at all.
Nah, just nothing happened for him.
See, Kenny said, don't get it twisted. August had her whipped too. He was just butthurt. Now, how do y'all feel about that? Because I
Hmm.
don't see the whole.
Hmm.
Listen, I've seen girls scorned, and I've seen girls hurt, and I've seen girls, penis whipped. I've seen it, and Jada really didn't show any signs of the
No,
penis whippedness that we normally would see. Um,
no, actually, now that he says that, I do get that. That whole
okay,
word entanglement, that whole word that she used actually was a butt hurt type of word. Because I do feel like when she first initially chose to do the red table, that she was going to just straight up say we were in a relationship. But there's something that happened in between time or even before that time that made her be like, listen, this is an entanglement. That's why I was so messed up from jump when she said it, because I was like, dog, like I felt like she was about to come on this show and be truthful. You know what I mean? Like she just doesn't even seem the type that would have just said that unless he did something that hurt her too. So I actually really do think that whole word had to do
listen.
with
I
that.
don't think I don't think
I do.
I think she was big dogging him. And by
I
big dogging,
don't.
I don't know if you ever ran into an alpha male or alpha female, but by bringing Will on the show, number one, is already like stunting number one. I just made my husband sit down at the red table for me cheating. That's stunting number one. Number two
Yeah,
part of stunning
but
is basically
mhm.
shunning the relationship to the point where it means nothing by using the word entanglement. Oh, it was just an entanglement, and I enjoyed healing him. Dude, that's the
Mm,
most disrespectful thing you can do to anybody. And listen, as a man,
mm,
the last thing you want to be referred to is anything little.
mhm, mhm.
Period. So to make
Very
him
true.
seem as if he was just a small step along the way was really just a big dog move. It was, I got celebrity clout. I'm married to one of the biggest celebrities. I got a big show that we can turn this into a clout chasing thing, and you can't stand a chance. So my platform is bigger than yours. So I really just feel like listen. I ain't gonna lie. In my time, I've dick whipped a couple people, more than a few. And let me tell you, one thing that you understand about women is they can't hide that. What is the first thing women do when they dick whip, babe?
See,
It's anger.
listen,
It's
they,
anger.
it is anger, but in the same sense, what's the first thing women do when they're scorned? They've been messing with someone for so long, and what's the first thing that they point out? Oh, he had a little dick, anyways. It's like, but bitch, you've
Out of
been messing with him
out
for
of
all
what
these
though?
months.
Out of what though?
But it's like,
Out of
listen,
anger.
out of anger, right? So all of a
You don't
sudden,
never
their
see a
relationship.
you don't never see a soliloquy that's nicely quoted that says, that was such a great relationship, but he just had a little penis. No, it's always like, you little dick motherfucker. It's always like that. It ain't never just nicely put. And he just had a
It's
small
not.
penis area.
But Jada Pinkett is Jada Pinkett, and I feel like that was her way of saying that. Like, right? That's how I feel.
No,
I truthfully feel like something happened. I feel like there were feelings involved. I do think that she liked him because at the end of the day, I'm not taking nobody on a red carpet with me and letting him put his hand around my waist unless there's something that I feel like would have happened. I feel like something didn't happen. Maybe he messed around with someone that was his actual age. She got hurt, and now it's an entanglement.
okay, so I got a
I don't
question
agree
because
with that.
I totally agree with the red carpet part. I really don't understand
You
that
don't
in the
do that
picture
with
part.
just someone. Yeah, you
I
don't do
don't
that.
listen. I don't get that at all. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, I felt like it was mind games she was playing with Will, because we didn't get these red carpet
I just
pictures
don't get that.
until this went down. These red carpet pictures started
No,
to
they've been out.
surface when this went down. We didn't see all of these posted everywhere. They weren't viral. Like, oh, what is August Alsina doing with Jada Pinkett Smith? Until he announced it. That's when we
I
started
had
seeing the
seen them.
pictures.
I had seen them.
Nobody noticed them.
I truthfully think that
She's
she
not even
thought
big
that she
enough of
was
a
going to
star to
make.
notice. Like, it's just like, to be honest, if that was Will Smith in a picture with another chick, that
Oh
would have
yeah, it
been
would
the
have been
Shade
everywhere.
Room part one. The problem
Yeah,
is that they were both ignorable in this whole situation.
definitely were. But I had seen the pictures before any of this went down, so that's why I'm saying like I do think that there were more feelings involved when it came on her side. But he probably did young man shit, and then she got hurt, and now it's an entanglement, not a relationship. Because as
Listen,
truthful as she is, and who Will Smith is, like I really feel like she would have sat down on that show and been like, "Yeah, we were in a relationship. This is what it was. This is what it was." Like you don't have to lie to Will Smith. You know what I mean? That would be like me lying to you. You and I have such a great relationship that I feel like at that point, if we were on a show together, I had to call out my shit. I would have just said what it was. We were in a relationship. That's what
you
it
think that
is.
you think that I
We
would
were
have
on
let
the
you come on
show.
here and say entanglement?
Well,
I'd
you
have been
wouldn't be
after I would have tried to help you out a little bit. I'd have been like,
right.
God
You would
damn
have
it, dude, just say what
right.
happened. Like,
Exactly. You would have called it out anyways. Like, say what it is, babe. Like, that's what it was. It was a
right,
relationship. Like, that wouldn't
period.
have even worked out. It was just a mess. Like, I
Right.
don't
And then,
know.
like I said, it came to the point where she started dragging Will and they issues in it, and I was like, dog, now you're going too far. When he got to step up and act like he's been such a bad person to even
Yeah.
out your foolery, that's when the problem is happening. So
Mm-hmm.
Alex said, this is my sister, y'all. She said, because men are messy, Jada got to learn to pick them better. Listen, it ain't about picking them.
At the end of the day.
It ain't about picking them. It's about knowing when you do pick them to pick them better. Like some
Mm-hmm.
all money ain't good money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the
It's
real estate I
not.
can say here. All money ain't good money. All healing ain't good healing.
It's not. It's
So you
not.
so you gotta make sure the situation is right for you and for everybody who depends on you.
That's all you have to do because if you really think about it, if the truth is that he claims Will and him sat down and he gave him the okay with it, why is this even an issue? Why is she lying saying this was an entanglement? Like there's just more beyond that we will never know. But there's just so many conflicting stories with this situation because if he knew that, why does he even have to be on this show right now?
Right.
Something's going
Now
on.
what would have been a show to watch would have been you sit Will across from August.
There you go.
Now that's when you
There you
collecting
go.
pension. That's
Mm-hmm.
pension collecting type stuff, Jada. But you come on the show and bring your husband along. Now you just dragging this poor man in, and he ain't got nothing to do with the situation. Nothing to
Nothing
do
at
with the
all.
whole thing. Like this, it's just real bad on her part and August's part.
Hmm.
Dude, come on the show. I need you to sit at the red table now.
That would be great. That would be
Sean
great.
said he obviously didn't listen to that Escape song, Little Secret. I came up in that era. These young dudes are built different. If Miss Parker gives you the cookie, then you keep your mouth shut. Listen, I don't have nothing to say. That just sums it up right there. If you're going to play a side dude's role, you
Mhm.
need to read the handbook. You need to read the bylaws. There's rules to
Yeah.
play that game, and one of the rules is no matter how butthurt you get, nobody can know.
And even at that age, it's very worrisome because I feel like men, especially, take such pride out of messing with someone who's older. Like, why would you ruin that possibility? You know what I mean? Like, I just have never seen a man be so butthurt and not enjoy the ride. Like, enjoy being the side dude and shut your mouth. Like, I've just never seen it before.
Listen,
I don't know
and for
what's
those of
going
y'all who've
on.
never played the side dude role in the world of pimping and in the world of being a player, side dude is the easiest gig you can get. You reap all the benefits with none of the work. And see, the problem is with you young dudes out there right now, and you young players coming up, y'all don't understand that if you're a side dude, you are not required to do anything
You don't
but
have to
lay
take
it
care of the
down.
kids. You
You
don't have
don't
to take
have
care of
to
the kids. You don't have
you
to
don't
buy
have to be on
nothing.
her time. You don't have to take care of the kids. You don't even got to answer the phone when she calls.
You
You
can
don't have to
still
do
mess around with other
anything.
people.
You do what you do when you feel like doing it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
But how do you mess that roll up?
We'll never be able to know the answers. We'll never know
Listen,
what happened.
I got so many comments on here. Uh, Listen, back in the '90s, I was young, so my auntie Angie said, "Well, Tupac didn't kiss and tell." Now, a lot of people have brought this Tupac issue to the front of this Jada and Will Smith day. I don't even know how
Hmm.
Tupac got brought back from the dead for this. People have been saying that, Jada's not over the Tupac thing and she wasn't over it when she married Will. I don't know what type of fortune tellers people really are this
Well,
day and
first off,
age.
he's not really dead. He's like on the Bahamas in the Bahamas or something.
Wherever he
That's
is,
number one. So no, but again, when you have your own, when you're someone who is as prominent as Tupac, like why are you running around talking about Jada Pinkett? You know what I mean? Like he was Tupac. That's
right.
what the problem is. August has too much time on his hands, and although he's good, right? He's not. He's not Tupac.
At
So
some point in this generation,
he
we
has to be
have
talked
to
about.
cancel clout chasing.
Yeah,
Clout
that's
chasing has
all it
to come
is.
to an end. This clout chasing is getting out of control. This all this was a clout chase.
That's
And
all it was.
real people can see it from a mile away. What is he gaining? What is he getting? All of a sudden his CD dropping. I keep calling it a CD, I'm showing my age. All of a sudden his album is dropping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he just made it look dumb because that is what people do these days, and I see it firsthand because all of a sudden I got people out of nowhere calling me sis that I haven't talked to since middle school. Like it's just wild. People like the clout chase sometimes just makes you look really dumb. Like you don't benefit from it, especially when you're messing around with stupid people or with smart people. Let me rephrase myself. When you're messing with smart people, clout chasing is not for you.
That's not the
This
game
is
you want
not.
to play.
This is not the game you want to play. Like for me, when I see people who just are coming around all of a sudden, I'm like, dog, like, come on, what are you trying to get out of this? Now, if I was someone dumb, I'd be like, hey, friend from middle school, so good to see you again. You know what I'm saying? And
Listen,
there's people out here like that. They don't realize it, but
say that again. That's that's
yeah,
that's the honest to God truth. That's the
mhm,
that's the downright truth.
yeah.
And
But Will
listen,
and Jada were not those people.
no,
So they were not.
you
They're
ain't
not dumb.
no, and they play a game on a whole different level that you're just now trying to play. The clout chasing thing comes easy to them. That's the whole reason Jada has the red table. It's built off of clout chasing. She takes current events and throws them on her platform on Facebook in her kit. She doesn't even leave her house.
No,
The clout
it
chasing
gives
game
no
is a
solutions.
real game that you ain't ready for, young fella. But mom
Yeah.
just said, listen, mom's in the building, y'all. When mom comment, I click it and I show it because mom is one of the crowd favorites. People email us all the time about mom's comments. Mom just said, interesting, she wasn't in a relationship with a man her age. Was it because she thought she could control the entanglement better?
Let me also preference this with saying, Mom does not like Jada Pinkett. Mom has never been a fan of Jada Pinkett. It is funny because for years she's been saying this, and I've always tried to have Jada's back. Like, Mom, why don't you like her? She's grown up so much. She's like, there's just something about that girl. Like, my mother is a really great reader of people. I will always say that. And she wasn't wrong on this one either. So yeah, I
I
definitely
don't
think because of the age.
I don't think it was that. I feel like Will's real childish too. You know, and we just watched the episode where Lisa called him Goofy. You know, and it fits right in here. I feel like Will's a real childish person too. So maybe that's just her preference sexually. Maybe she just likes young acting guys. You know, maybe that's her thing. I don't know. And maybe her healing only works on people up until a certain age. But once again, we don't have any medical books on it yet. So I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like as an older woman, if you're someone who's messing with a younger man, you're gonna feel like you could control him. Like you should be able to. That was supposed to be what it was. He shouldn't have ever had these issues, but her entanglement did not work. It did not work out.
Listen, we got a bunch of comments in here about being a side piece. Sean said, say it again, said it before, and we'll say it again. I blame Drake for these new age cats. Too emotional. Listen, and that's a whole different argument for me. I will get going. Drake is not a rapper. Drake is an R&B artist. And the fact that people get them confused these day and age shows like it's not the same. The whole game has changed. All this crying, the emotional stuff, that ain't rap. That's weird.
He said, what did he say in that song? That she's his little sweet tea. What?
Listen.
What, Drake?
If that's your game, big fella, you better make sure you keep some money. My auntie just said side piece 101. Listen, we keep it real around here. And you done got people started on this Tupac thing and where Tupac is. I don't know why
Tupac's
you
not
did
dead.
that.
He's
But
not dead. I
James
just said
said
what
Tupac
everybody
is
was
in
thinking.
Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Tupac might be in Cuba.
He's alive. He's not
Oh,
dead.
for sure. So Auntie said that say that again. Tupac is not dead. Renee just commented and said Will and Jada deserve each other. Now, you know, we actually had a lot more this episode planned, a lot more. But I have to stop here and say, as far as I'm concerned, they perfect for each other.
Yes.
Because it takes, listen, baby, if you got to go on your YouTube channel tomorrow and discuss an entanglement that you got yourself into, do not expect my grown ass
exactly
to appear with you like we both on punishment.
Right.
That ain't happening. It takes the perfect people to deal with the perfect person. How would you even come to me and ask me, hey baby, can you sit in on this YouTube video while I explain the type of healing that I was putting on this young man?
Let's say it again. First off, I would have had him somewhere underneath a hole because I would have been so mad that he didn't tighten up. So yeah, no, people know who to mess with, and there's everybody. There's someone out there for everybody. You know what I mean? At the end
For
of the day,
sure.
like you said, clearly you wouldn't be able to have gotten Will to do that unless those two have some sort of sick togetherness that no one else can understand. You know what I mean? So they're perfect for each other. They
It's
are
a certain
perfect for each
level
other.
of goofy that has to be inside
Yeah.
you
Yes.
for you to take a command and not even just take a command, but to even acknowledge the foolery. Like the fact that they've made it a clout chasing game. We didn't need to hear from Jada. We didn't need to hear from Will.
No,
They
no,
could
we
have
didn't
left
need to
this
hear from
fool out in the
anybody.
open to fend for his damn self.
Yep, just to look stupid. We didn't have to hear from any of them. So
No,
again, she got something out of it. You know what I mean? Like those two are actors. They did the damn thing. They did what they set out to do, and they did it well. They really did. I don't think Will thought he was going to become a meme, but they definitely planned for this. Like they're sitting here loving it. You know what I mean? And we're sitting here talking about it for weeks
okay,
on out. So
this is insane, and the people gonna get me going about Drake. Listen, for
no,
those of y'all who don't know, Drake can actually rap.
he's a
When
wonderful
he, when he
rapper.
came in the game, he was rapping. You know what I'm saying? It was real rap. But now he's found a niche where girls tend to like his music and emotional men tend to like his music. My brother just told me don't bring Drake, the GOAT, into this. I mean, if you're gonna put Drake up against Keith Sweat, he's the
Goat.
GOAT. But for
Goat.
me, a person that you would compare Drake to would be a Chris Brown, and that ain't the competition he wants.
No,
That ain't what
no,
he
it's
wants.
not.
That's not what he wants.
No,
That's
it's
a
not.
whole different level of greatness over there. But what he tries to do
Uh,
is he tries to stick around and rap and make
yeah,
pop songs and tries to make his award stay to be a rapper. That's not how this works.
that's not how it goes. But
No,
before we, do you have any other questions? Because I was just gonna let the people know how they can tell whether or not they're in entanglement. Because yesterday, y'all,
that's a
I
good one,
looked this
baby.
up. Yeah, I think this is very important for all of us common folk to know because when I was researching last night and putting the show together, I honestly didn't even realize that this was a thing before Jada and Will made it a thing. You know what I mean? So I found a really great article I'm going to share on the Facebook page as well if you guys want to see it in its entirety. But it is called Relationships versus Entanglement because there is a difference between them. So I just want you guys to know what an entanglement is so you can be aware unless you're in one and you can get out of it.
Hold on, before
It
you go
brings,
forward, you said that
yeah,
entanglement is an actual thing.
it actually is. Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are in one who don't even realize it. They think they're in a relationship, but they're really in an
So
entanglement.
you're saying that she used this word correctly.
Yeah, she actually really did, and that's why, like last night when I was researching, I was like, wow, like this actually is a thing. And this article was from like 2012. This isn't something that was just freshly made because of the Will and Jada thing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, if you are someone who is in an entanglement, these are some red flags for you. It brings stagnancy. It keeps you from knowing and expressing your inner truth. It weighs you down and restricts your freedom. It has you making excuses for your partner or yourself. It doesn't allow room for growth. You don't have more to give through it. It disconnects you from your family and community. It distracts you from the creativity you want to share with the world. It makes you question your self worth. You are insecure in it. If you are constantly blaming your partner for the bad things in your life, and then if you feel strongly that they were the one, but it continues to worsen, you have established a pattern of breaking up and getting back together, and you can't seem to move on. So that's everything. If you could check off any of those, then that means that you need to reevaluate your relationship because you're in an entanglement and didn't even know it.
That shit sounds toxic. That don't sound like
It's
an entanglement. That
very
shit sounds
toxic.
toxic.
But that's what it is when it's described. And so that was something that if any of you got anything out of this whole conversation today, I want you to think about what you're in because a lot of people are in them and don't even realize it. And if you're in any of this
That's
nonsense, then you
crazy.
need to get out of it. The main one that I found was really, it doesn't allow room for growth. That was the one that really set the alarms off for me because I mean, we've all been in relationships where people didn't give you any room to grow. So, especially with this age right now, I just want you all to really reflect on that. And if someone's bringing you down to those standards, then you need to. There's a billion people out here in this world. That's not the one for you. So it's that simple. Get
Yeah,
out of
and I
it.
feel
Get
like
out
this
of it.
comment actually puts the staple on the great explanation you just gave us regarding it. Tristan said that at the end of the day, I respected the fact that he, who was Will, said that there's nothing she can do to make him leave her side. He stands by it, commendable. Listen, and me and Britt talk about it all the time. This is
Mm-hmm.
me keeping 100% funky. If there was ever a chance of us getting divorced, it would be no point because there would be a lot of
No, it
healing
would.
going on between the two of us that we might as well have to stay married.
Yeah. There's no point,
You see how
especially when
you see how I use healing there, baby?
I love that. I love that. You did that smooth too. But see how it made sense when you said it like that? But
Yeah.
yeah, no, like if you truly marry the person that you're supposed to be with and your person, there is no point in getting a divorce because you are going to always find each other. You are always going to have something that you share that you could never ever share with the next person. Like it just doesn't make sense. It's not fair to the next person, to be honest with you. Like I would feel so horrible. I could not ever get in a relationship again after you if something were to go down because I would just feel so bad for that person to start with. And plus I just wouldn't want to be
And
bothered.
a great songwriter Jay-Z once said,
Mm-hmm.
"How can you replace number one?
Mm-hmm.
How can you upgrade number one? It doesn't happen. If you
Mm-hmm.
are on the top of your game in a relationship, there's no way you can be replaced through all the side
Exactly.
entanglements, the jungle juice, the healing, whatever y'all got going, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nowhere to go from a great relationship
There's
that you
nowhere.
can feel comfortable with somebody else because you're making it every day. You're making it harder on the next person anyway.
Period. And Renee said that sounds just like an abusive relationship. Yes, it does. And that's another reason I have a problem with Jada using that word because when you do list off everything that an actual entanglement is, it's like, was she?
Y'all need to be
Dun,
sissies. Look
dun,
at y'all. Look what she said. She
dun.
said the definition actually makes her explanation worse. Wow.
It
Listen,
does. It does because was he making you not grow? Doesn't look like it, sis, because you got a number one hit show. You know what I mean? Like, was he disconnecting you from your family and community? Doesn't look like it, sis, because you got a great relationship with your kids and your husband still.
and your
So
husband,
everything that you name off, it's a great way to end it. Jada, were you in an entanglement?
were you? Hold on. And can we get a book for this healing thing? I'm really trying to figure out what type of healing is going. Listen, I've had some great healing in my day. I'm not even gonna go into that no more. But we love y'all. If you have
Love
not
you
done
guys.
so, make sure you like the Love Lockdown Facebook page, the
Yes.
YouTube page, so you can watch us live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And baby, what do you want them to go rate?
I want you guys to go please rate our Apple podcast. It will help a lot. Give us 5-star rating if you have the opportunity to go and check that out. If you guys don't know, I don't know if they know, but we are streamable the next day after we do our live broadcast. Are we still going to be doing the next day or are you changing that up?
Yeah, we're still streamable the very next day on
Yeah,
all of the streaming
we're
platforms.
on
That means
everything.
Google,
Spotify,
Alexa, Spotify, what's the other one?
everything.
Pandora, everything that you
Pandora.
can think of,
Yeah.
we're on it. Every
Mm-hmm.
platform. So go stream us. I appreciate y'all. This episode could have been 2 episodes. We could have ran this into 2 hours, but I feel like with all of the comments and all the people we had join today, they helped us get everything out quicker than
Mm-hmm.
we would have done.
As
Actually, we probably
always.
got like 7 questions left that we could have answered. So hit us up. And we also have 2 big episodes coming at the end of the year. So all of you single people who are looking to get matched up with your perfect match, and we mean relationship wise, not entanglement wise. If you're
Yes.
looking for a relationship and a perfect match, please hit us up via email, via Instagram, because we are doing shows at the end of this season where we will be doing matchmaking.
Yeah, how many episodes do we have left? I feel like the season went by really fast.
Yeah, we should have 5 episodes
Five?
left after this. This
Five
this
more.
episode this season flew past. So five
Yep.
episodes left this season. The last 2 will be matchmaking episodes. So if you're interested in being the person that needs to be matched and choosing between a few guys or a few girls or a little of both or however you like it, if you want to get entangled with a few people, hit us up and let us know because we're looking for those people for those shows. But until then, we love y'all. Peace.
Bel thank you again, as always, for the sponsorship and everybody else who sponsors. Yeah, I think that's about it. We love you guys very much. Appreciate you. And until next time, we will see you next Wednesday at 7. Bye, guys.